Small Shout here. I'm just going to show you how you add a new student on the admin area on Small Shout. So first off, you need to obviously log in. Once you've logged in, it will always take you to the alerts page. Now, when you add a new student, there are some fields that you need to add. Go to students, obviously at the top bar along here. I always suggest that you search just to ensure that there's no duplicates. The system will be able to create duplicates because the way that the nature of the software. Right, so first off, you need to obviously put in the name. So for this, I'm going to call it Ben Small Shout. Then obviously put in your date of birth. So just for the moment, I'm going to put in the 11th of November. Obviously the gender. Don't worry about the start date. Don't worry about the end date. Pay rate. Now again, depending on if you're taking our direct debit scheme or not, that will change. An exam grade. Now at the moment you'll find that this will most probably not work. Okay, so we'll see what I mean in a second. The reason it won't work is that every student has to be assigned to an exam grade. So the way we do that, now you can create loads of different exam grades that you want. So if you can see, I've gone into admin, then to groups, and I'm just going to create a grade group called no grade. So if you are a group or club that uses a graded process for students, or you want to group students together, then you can use this as a means, and I'll explain more about that another time. Right, let's just go back to students. Now you notice I've never used the back button. Okay, I've always tried to go forwards. Again, using the back button can affect your data, so try not to do that. So I'll repeat the exercise. So Ben Small Shout, date of birth. And again, if you don't know the date of birth, it'll put in today's date. Okay, so I'm just going to put it back just a few years. Okay, and you should now see again the pay rates are options, and then exam grade. There you go, no grade. Now status. This is quite an important one because these all have different functions. A student that has an active status will be included in your emails and text messages. A student with any other status that you see on this list here, okay, will no longer be emailed on a group level. Okay, again, if you want to know more about that, by all means email me at ben@smallshout.co.uk and I can go through that with you. So on here, I'm going to select prospect. Okay, I'm going to leave this blank. I'm going to leave this blank. Right, so there you go. So Ben Small Shout is now in the system and he has no grade. He's a prospect student. Okay, so basically this could be someone that inquires. If you use our inquiry form, this is what they'll be marked as. Right, now I'm going to go in and view the student. And now you can see we've got various tabs along here, and then we've got all these data fields here as well. The most important thing for when you're adding via the administration system is to make sure that you assign a student to a contact. Otherwise you won't be able to communicate with the parents or whoever is actually the contact. So even if it is someone that is of themselves, you can add that. So here we go, I'm going to add in another one here. Okay, so add new, because again I know that there's no one in the system. Okay, and I'm going to add Ben Small Shout once more. Okay, so the most important field is this name. Okay, we can add someone, we don't need anything else. But on my recommendation, if you are going to use the administration system, that you at least try and find an email address and a mobile number. And again, for the tips and purposes today, I'm just going to just add a made-up one there. Now, these fields here for a contact, if you want to be able to message that person, you need to click that. Register message. If you decided that you want to be able to send a registration message, so every time you do your registration, the parents will receive that message. This is a great safeguarding system we put in place. Again, I can talk to you more about that live. And lastly, if they're a staff member, I'll spend more time explaining how that works with staff members a bit later. Okay, I save. So now that person's in the system, I need now to assign the contact to the student. So for today's purposes, I'm going to make it self. So again, we've got parent, step parent, grandparent, guardian, family member, family friend, and self. Okay, they are standard fields. Right, so there you go. So I've added the student and their details and their contact information. The last thing that I need to do is to decide what their activity is. So if you can see up here, we've got activity box, and on here we've got classes, events and courses. Again, I'll explain more about that. But if you want to assign a student to a class, now I know in this demonstration there isn't actually any classes for me to show anybody today. Okay. Now at this stage, because there's no back button, I'm going to use the back button. Okay. Now that's how you add a student. I hope that helps. There's loads more features that I need to cover, but I think that's a good start for you guys to at least understand how we apply a new person. Great. Any problems, give me a call, or you can email me at ben@smallshout.co.uk. Thanks guys. Okay, look forward to speaking to you soon.